for real. Who you know who looking like this? Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead. Just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool. Pick that chin up off the ground and flash that smile for me. Put some pep up in that step, it's going down shortly. Got so much weight up on my shoulders, all this jewelry on me. I wear my shades inside cause I go blind just looking down. I'm like the man sipping Chardonnay on the balcony, looking like a young Elvis Presley. I've been overseas, I've been underneath, I ain't never seen nothing like a prison 12 o'clock. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel.
Hello.
A little peek behind the scenes, Patrick.
What's
I
that?
wanted a very specific response from you, and you didn't give it to me.
When?
So, for those of you who
I
are
think we
tuning
forgot
in,
to change the episode.
we send a no one changed the title.
Well, change it now.
Okay, here we
Andrew's the
Change
one
it
who knows
now.
what we're all talking about.
Mackenzie and the other people that I know are here but aren't talking yet. Hello.
Hello.
Here's the deal, Patrick, or everyone who's listening. We have a side chat that happens, like a private chat for those of us who are in the channel, right before we go live, and Patrick will always ask everybody ready, and I said yuppers.
Sure.
Your response should have been, "What did I tell you about yuppers?"
What?
That's
sorry.
Jan's response to Michael.
Oh.
I did have someone said today, what was that? Who do you think you are? Or something like that. And my first response is, what gives you the right?
What
Like,
gives you the right?
That's so funny.
gives
My
you the
brain
right?
went immediately to Rent, where it was like barging in on me and my guitar.
that might be that might be where Mackenzie's brain goes.
Yeah.
She also likes
Yeah.
bad musicals.
Oh, I had a tag on. I had the thing that said the host muted your mic. It was like
Oh,
floating
it does
over
say
the
that.
Hit
I can
X.
do that real quick. 1 second.
Nope, don't.
Nope, mine is
Go on.
there. Or
Haha, sucker. All right,
it's
you're back.
me.
But the notifications are staying there.
Mine was there, but it's gone.
That's
The
just
Thank you, Mackenzie.
yeah. She also likes
Anyway.
bad musicals.
It's not a bad
Strange place.
musical.
I don't think it's very good.
That's wrong.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
That's funny. That's wrong.
That's one of the most like assured things I've ever heard from Lauren.
Yeah.
I will defend Rent hard.
Oh, you just watched it on the flight.
It's great.
If I'm
I
honest,
don't
I've
like
never,
the movie
I've-
version very much, but I love the musical.
if I'm honest, I've only seen parts of Rent. I haven't seen all of Rent. So
Well, then that definitely doesn't count. And
Yeah,
I
but
would
the parts
recommend
I saw, I didn't
seeing
like,
the actual
so-
like stage musical versus the movie. Like I said, even though it is a lot of the same cast, but
So being serious, stage musicals are one of those things that I would probably be hard pressed to watch a stage musical and not like it. It's like the maybe it's how much I spend, or maybe it's a spectacle. Who knows? But
it's fun. It's like a
just it's so infrequent or whatever it is. I can
It's
see
an event.
something. What's an event?
Yeah.
And so even if I don't like it, I still
yeah, live
like
theater is a great experience, even if the like you don't actually love the play. Like you
Not
know,
high school
like,
live theater.
Well, I mean, I always had like fun watching, even if it wasn't like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Isn't that the only theater you and I have been to together, Andrew? Was you, me, and Mackenzie, and some other people did a high school.
No, I've literally
performance
been
of
with you
Cats?
to like Rock of
We
Ages
went and
stuff.
saw Rock of Ages.
Yeah.
Like the touring
You're right.
show of Rock of Ages.
Like
So
the
we
one time
did-
you came to Houston.
We did Rock of Ages, but we also did. Were you at Cats or no?
Yeah.
No, but I
was
also enjoy
I was
Cats.
At Cats.
I
At the
like
new
Cats.
the-
I do not like the movie Cats. I like the musical
In
Cats.
Brontex,
At
the new
Brontex.
Braunfels local theater where the high school group performed Cats.
That was
A high school performing Cats
struggle.
would in fact be rough.
Professionals
Like,
performing
Caesar?
Cats is rough.
No, I mean
Yeah, Cats
that's
is
one where
pretty
like
bad.
that was like one of the first musicals I saw as like a little kid. So like I think I like it for like nostalgic reasons, but I'd like
Cats
it, but the movie is terrible. So I
Well,
can't
Cats
defend
is
it
bad.
too much.
You have
like,
to be really,
you have to
really
really
good
like musicals. I
to
think.
make Cats good.
Well,
So,
I
like-
also just think like Cats is the musical that people who don't like musicals would make fun of because it's the most like I feel like, you know what I mean? Like
Wait, hang on, do that
it's
again
what
real quick.
everyone doesn't like about
Please
musicals.
do that one more time. Do that
Yeah,
one more time.
You broke up for a second.
You
Go
heard
ahead, do it
me.
again. I love Lamp.
Yeah.
I love Lamp. Mackenzie, are you
I have a
just
tough
looking
time
at things
defending
and
Cats,
saying
but I
you
do
love
like
them?
that musical.
Wait.
I would-
You saw
I think
Cats
I
in
could
German didn't
prefer-
affect much. Does
I was
that
gonna
mean
say, I
it
think I
wasn't
could
better?
watch Cats in German and enjoy it more because then I could think that what they're saying is good.
But
And
I mean, the
Andrew-
lyrics are fun and stuff. Like I don't know.
I like Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. I like him, right? I like most of the stuff he does, but that one's just it. To me, it's weird. It's
I
just
totally
weird.
understand
It's
why
like a
people
fever
think that
dream.
musical is weird. It is fucking weird. It's about cats like performing to the cat god to prove that they deserve the like to be reborn. It's freaking weird. I totally appreciate
Do
that.
they?
But it's still good.
I want to see what's the new one.
Wicked.
Mackenzie, which cat did you play in high school? I would like to know.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wasn't that what you played?
Which thing is a good
Yeah,
one?
Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser. They're like the cat burglars.
Rumpelteaser, not Rumpelstiltskin. Just a real skeezy like.
Rumple
I think she said-
Teaser.
I thought she played Rumpelteaser. Or she certainly talked about that character a lot that night. So I assume
just
that
a
was
fun
because
name.
she had
Okay, well,
an
you have
affinity.
to tell me.
I do want to see maybe Happy Ending. Have y'all seen any of the stage design for maybe Happy Ending?
Oh, she was a rat.
Is
She
that the
wasn't
one with
even a cat.
the robots? Oh my god.
She played Remy.
you played the opposite of any of the cats.
Which probably means you got to dance in the Jenny Anudots thing, because I remember there's like a part where the rats all dance with her, but
so
really
maybe Happy Ending is the
it's the
musical
one
that
about
won.
the robots,
the
right?
And it won the Tony this year
Yeah,
for
yeah.
best musical or best new
I
musical,
do
whatever
want
it
to
is.
see that one.
But in the stage design, they said they want it to look like almost like snapshots through an app or something. So they wanted this idea of oh, she's like, okay, it wasn't
Even
actually rat.
It was a typo. She
I was like,
actually
where
played
are the
a-
rats?
she
There
actually
are
did
rats
play
in
a
that one
cat.
song.
So they wanted to frame different scenes to almost look like you were seeing a photo off Instagram or something. And the way they did that is they have all these curtains and they have them lined with like I don't know, LEDs, lighting, whatever. And so when they're shifting scenes, you'll suddenly see these lighted like squares as they're pulling these curtains like radiate out from the stage. And then they'll fix it at a certain like aspect ratio to show you a scene like inside of a square. And then you'll see more radiate in and they'll move to another section. It's really, really cool looking. So I love
Yeah, I would really like to see that play.
Even
There's
if you haven't
there's
seen
a
it-
good handful I'd really want to see.
just go watch the behind the scenes for the for like that stage design and set design. It is so cool looking. So I'd love to see that one. All right.
Are we ready?
I do like the idea that she was in
Yeah,
Cats,
we're-
but she played a rat in Cats. That's great.
Okay. Let's
she's a cat.
Let's count it in and
gonna-
get this.
We should
get
name this
started.
episode "The Rat and Cats." So this
let's
is
see
a
if
pre-show
something-
that we don't include.
I was gonna say let's see if something more relatable comes forward.
No, let's really go
What
with
could
the
be
first
more
thing.
relatable than Cats the musical? Everyone loves it.
Let's just see. We'll see. Okay.
The street rat is like, we ran out of spots for people, but we want to include everybody.
It is. They just giving like third grade school play. Like you're the tree in the Wizard of Oz. Like.
The tree where the guy's hanging.
Whoa, no, I meant like the apple trees that like throw apples at them
What is
or
that
whatever.
face?
You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that.
The
but-
lore
I haven't
around Wizard of Oz? The
I haven't
original
read the
Wizard
book.
of Oz film. Nope, film. The original
Dude,
Wizard of Oz film.
so I want to hear this, and I think it'll be interesting. Start the episode and
So
just
do the
start
intro
with this.
and then tell us
Do
about
the.
Wizard
I
of
want to
Oz?
hear this. I want to hear this.
3 and 2 and 1 and. You guys clapped dead on. That was fantastic.
Whoa,
Someone clip that.
what?
Someone
That's
clip that.
beautiful.
I think it's the second
It,
time
it
it's
to
only
me,
ever
when I'm
happened.
watching, it's always on time. You guys, you don't understand.
Oh. Yeah. It isn't.
I'm aware.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, people are already talking about it in the comments. Here we go. Welcome.
Sorry, I tried to get out
Sorry,
of the way.
are you ready to go? Just 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Lauren, like we said, we've gotten spicier in the last few weeks. Here we go. Welcome to episode 589 of the Pop Culture Roundtable, the podcast that can count all the way to this many. In this episode, we talk about SeatGuru, Dinotopia, and Rhett and Link's Good Mythical Morning. I'm Andrew Sale.
I'm Lauren Rubin.
I'm Patrick Hill.
So get ready for another educational episode.
Is that the first time you've said the word guru?
Did I not say it right? How did I say
He said it weird.
I feel like
Guru.
the
Just leave
former
it.
comment where it was like guru as in love guru was so funny.
The movie
So wait. Okay.
with Myers.
Guru.
Yeah.
How are
I was
you
thinking
saying
Austin Powers and I'm like, that's not right.
Say it again.
it? Guru.
I don't know. I
Guru.
kind of heard like guru or something from you.
Guru. SeatGuru. Now it
you're
all
good.
sounds weird. It all just sounds.
Okay.
It
Anytime
sounds,
you say any word like 5 times in a row, you're like, do I speak English anymore?
All right.
and you also call a demon out of the mirror if you say it
Yes.
five
Launch
times
us
in a row.
launch us into the episode. Launch us in.
We like to kick off every episode by going around the table, which is where we talk about things that are new, fun, and noteworthy about our weeks. I'm going to kick things off because in the pre-show,
Yeah.
I mentioned something that left Lauren and Patrick saying, huh? Which I'm surprised by because this is kind of like a pretty well-known lore
Maybe this
about
will
pop
jog
culture.
my memory.
But in the Wizard of Oz film, there is this story, this folklore of one of the people who played one of the Munchkins in one of the
Okay.
little people who played one of the Munchkins, on set committed suicide and he hung himself. And
This is true,
true.
like in real
Yeah.
life.
I cannot confirm whether it's true. it is true that this is
at very
a
least an urban
widely-
legend or whatever.
A widely understood, urban legend, which I don't know if I can't confirm the facts, but I know that this story
This is the story. Yeah.
yeah, this is the thing that everyone knows about. And someone's already even alluded to it in our chat. So it's not, there's lore to this. And they committed suicide on set, and the word on the street is you can actually see the person do this if you know where to look because they did it on set while they were filming. In fact,
Holy
I've
crap.
seen
That's
you expect me to
terrible.
just to keep going.
That was
and you
terrible to
say-
make a joke while we're talking
you
about
say
something so serious.
bullshit.
too.
It wasn't. It wasn't a joke about that person's
Yes, it
life.
was.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, it was about the entire
All right.
people group.
That is crazy though.
It's
Like,
better. So I remember seeing this. I remember seeing this when it was pointed out to me when I was like an early teenager. Watching we had the VHS of it growing up. It was one of my family's favorite movies to watch. I remember seeing this. I have since gone back, so it's on the scene where we're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz when they're skipping down the yellow brick road
Right.
in the forest. Back in the very, very background of the forest, you see like all the trees, and it's like dark and ominous. You can see. I remember kind of vividly as a kid, seeing like they're like a little bit of a silhouetted struggle and then something just swinging. And I have since gone back as an adult to watch it again in like the streaming versions of it that I've watched. And
Well,
now
they would
it's-
certainly edit that out if it was
well,
if really
now
a dead
what's back
person.
there, what I see now when I look back there is like a big like dodo bird thing, like where it like, you know, those dodo
Like those
bird
drinky
glass
birds?
Yes,
Yeah.
those drinky birds. It looks like that, like the kind of the head and neck kind of dips over and then it pulls back up. I don't know if something supplement, you know, was
Berenstain. Like
Exactly.
this
I don't
is
know.
just this.
Yeah, just wow, that's
did they-
crazy.
Did I just see what the world was telling me I should see
Is
back
it like
then?
Right.
far
Or did they
enough in the
change
background?
something?
Is it far enough in the background that like it's believable that the filmmakers did not notice this before it came out? Because like that's wild that they kept that in there,
Yeah,
knowing that
it's
somebody killed himself on set. That's like
Well,
kind
so
of
it's-
disrespectful.
They were, but yeah, they didn't know at the time.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, is it like you just like the editors like genuinely didn't know?
There you go. You see that? It's one of the first Snope articles.
Right,
That's
but
how
according to
this
the Snopes article, you don't actually. It's not actually visible. Like what you're describing is just some birds that were flying
is something
around
like that,
after being
yeah,
released
okay.
from another scene, and it's not actually someone
right.
committing
It's-
suicide.
and
That's
and then I
freaking
read
crazy.
that later, and that's what I see now when I go back and look. So.
Right.
The fact that I mentioned that and neither one of you had heard that was kind of crazy
No.
to me because it's a pretty well worn story. So anyway, next time you're watching the film, look in the background when they're in the forest. Skip. It was at the end of the scene when they start skipping kind of away from the camera. They turn their backs to the camera and they start skipping away. See something at the very end of that at the horizon line. For years, everyone thought that was
even
somebody
if that's
committing suicide.
not in the scene, did the guy commit suicide on set?
I can't confirm. I don't know.
That's
Read that
probably
article.
true. You just
So-
can't, like
someone
the
fact
legend
check
is you
that.
can see it in the movie
Well.
and you can't. I think.
I don't want to say it's probably true. Someone just fact check it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who's not currently on air. Just do a quick Patrick. I assume you're on your bike. Just real
Yeah,
quick.
okay.
Just
Well,
I thought you were talking to me. I'm sitting right here.
Jedi.
The other
okay.
Patrick.
So
Hi.
I'm gonna actually use that as a transition to another story about death.
Is this too dark to transition this way?
No.
Should we bounce to a good and then bounce back, or you feel like
No,
this
No,
is-
let's stick on
stay
the
in
on
land-
the
let's
funeral
stay,
trail and like
in the land of
Sure.
death. So I have been at a funeral for the last 2 days, and it
We
is
were very surprised it was 2 days.
it's a Catholic funeral. So apparently, Catholic funerals are a 4-part series, and I've learned this. I know you have that look on your face, Patrick. He grew up Catholic, and his mom wanted him to have the service in her church, basically the church that he grew up in. Anyway, Catholic funeral potatoes. I don't know.
Mackenzie always talks about making funeral potatoes, but I thought you had to go to like a Catholic funeral to get those. I don't know if it's other
You can
funerals.
make them whenever you want. It's
I
just
don't
a
even know
recipe.
I don't even know what's in them. I just feel like they're hard to get.
Well, I don't. Why? Aren't they just potatoes that are made for funerals?
No, I think there's like
Are
sour
they
cream or
potatoes
something.
harvested at funerals? Gross.
Yeah, they're the potatoes you grow on graves. Yeah.
Okay, so they're
I'm making
I'll get
stuff
more.
up.
I'll,
I'm completely
I'll get
making
more
that up.
information. All right, go ahead.
So I'd never been to a Catholic funeral before, but so yesterday was the viewing, and then there was the rosary service, and then so those are the 2 services yesterday. Today was the funeral mass, and then the graveside burial.
Okay.
So, friend of ours, co-worker, died very unexpectedly last week, or maybe the tail end of the week before. I think it was like Thursday the week before, and obviously tragic and very sad. But something very funny came out of this service. At the viewing yesterday, our friend, I went and we looked at him, and he looked great. If you've ever been to a funeral viewing, they can be hit or miss on whether it even looks like the person. Like sometimes it can
Completely.
be really.
It sometimes
can be
looks
really
like they put like a bicycle pump in them and just like
Yeah, like,
You know.
and sometimes it can be cathartic because you're looking at
Yeah.
the person and they look peaceful, and then sometimes it can actually do the opposite where you're like, this doesn't look anything like
Now
them.
this is my last memory. Yeah.
And it right, yeah. I wish I could have just remembered them how I saw them, but he actually looked really good. They did a really great job with him, and he was dressed up, and he would always kind of get dapper for Sunday mornings. He'd wear his fedora around at church, and he would always try to look nice. He always kind of presented himself that way. Well, Adam, our other friend Adam, was talking to another guy there, and he said, "Man, Raymond looks really good. They did a really good job, didn't they?" And Adam's like, "Yeah, they did." And he said, he and I would, we'd share clothes sometimes. Like I'd let him borrow like a tie here or there, or a hat or a vest or something. So we would do that. Did you know that? And he's like, "No, I didn't know that." And so they just paused and looked at him, and he just goes, "Yeah, I don't think I'm getting that vest back." The vest they buried him in was this other guy's
I was
vest
just
that
thinking,
he
I was
had been
thinking that's where
borrowing.
this is going for sure.
I'm like, that might be my favorite Raymond
That's
story.
awesome.
What
That's
a way to
actually
go
really
out.
good,
Just
Yeah.
in someone else's clothes.
This is like
good luck getting these back.
That's so funny.
I'm
a
assuming
great
it was
way to
too late
tell
to
you the
ask
two.
for it.
It was, yeah, like, can I just just real quick. I just need to, and then he's just like trying to undo the buttons because it's a vest. Like it's
And underneath
oh,
the
gosh.
jacket,
Yeah.
probably like.
It was so freaking funny when he told me that. Oh gosh.
That is
Anyway,
really funny.
so that was obviously some levity to what was otherwise a long couple of
Do you
days.
have two
we've
more days
never-
of funeral stuff to go to now?
No, 2 yesterday, 2 today. It's done.
Okay. Okay.
I've never considered. So we've never talked to someone in the creative field of mortuary services.
Yeah.
But I would assume you have morticians that are like sought after
Yeah.
because of like how good they are.
Right. Makeup artists, hairstylists. Yeah. All the way. Positioners. I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do you call when you're
Like fluffers for dead people.
Oh no, no, that wasn't
Not
what I was
the-
thinking.
Okay. I don't know.
Is that rigor mortis, or are you just really good at your job? So bad.
That's crazy.
Transitioning out of that, it would be interesting. It would be interesting to know and to talk to someone that's like what makes them really good. Is it their ability to like apply
One of my
makeup?
friends from
and-
roller derby wanted to be a mortician for a long time, so she probably knows someone to talk to at least.
Well, so I have an uncle that's a mortician.
Oh, there you
Or
go.
something. I don't.
That's
Whatever
close.
the term is, but like he might be terrible at his job. There's not like a rate my professor for morticians. Like I can't go quickly check, but I don't know if he's any good at it.
I'm sure there are like Yelp reviews for funerals. Like, I guess.
I'd love
But
to
they're
maybe
hiring
look
them
up
like
some of the lowest Yelp reviewed,
Like a 1 star.
It's like those
Mortuary
like really
services?
bad Amazon review thing, but like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. Like added a birthday card voice box to my deceased loved one or something.
Listen, I did say that I would love to be, when I die, I would love for my casket to be spring loaded and just like just pop up periodically.
Then just
Just like a
shut
little
again.
bump or something. Yeah.
Or have that sound effect from like the Walgreens Halloween decorations when you go by and it goes.
That was a really good
gosh.
impression of those Walgreens Halloween decorations.
I'm not gonna lie, I impressed myself just
Okay,
now.
hold on one
That was
second.
great. Yeah.
If you die before me, which we both know is not going to happen, but
Sure,
if
sure.
you were to, I want you to know that I'm going to put one of those on your casket. And
You're
when someone
stealing
gets
that
mad
idea.
at me,
I
I'm
thought
going
you
to
were gonna say I'm stealing that idea.
no,
Like, if
I will
died
very
before you.
reverently just say he would have wanted this. And I'm
This is what he would have. And if the people
You
who are
just
there,
gracefully put this little ghost on there, like.
oh, you're gonna put one of those in. I thought you meant you were gonna install the spring into my casket.
at the spring. I'm just going to get the sensor to fire off the sound.
That please,
Yeah.
Yeah.
please. If I see that you're gonna go before me, I might off myself just so that you can have that joke pay off.
That'd
And
be
you know
good.
who hates this conversation right now? Mackenzie and Becca.
So much.
They hate
Yeah.
the show so
You
much.
can't stop me, Becca. I'm stronger than you are.
Yeah, and 1,000 miles away.
I was like, yeah,
Although
then in
a
another
swift
state.
kick to your toe might send you
Yeah,
crippled
yeah.
to
So-
the ground.
I
Little
was
tap.
talking to someone. I was talking to someone at work this week, and they were talking about tattoos, and I said that I have a butterfly tattooed on my ankle. And instead of the response being like, "No, you don't," or "I bet you do," or whatever, Peter's response, Peter, who we've talked about in the show before, his response was, "Whether or not you have it, I know you care enough about the joke that if any one of us challenge you, you will go get it just to take a picture and send." And that is
100%.
one of the most respectful things anyone has ever said to me.
No one has said a nicer thing.
That's my favorite
Mackenzie
compliment.
says she loves me all the time. Does not hold a candle to Peter believing I would go get a butterfly tattooed on my ankle.
To know how much he believes in me, it means the world.
You're just gonna have like
honestly.
a press-on tattoo every day.
He knows how high I can fly. Okay.
Okay, the final thing I want to talk about is
You having a Reading Rainbow tribute tattoo is way more unbelievable than it being a butterfly.
because he doesn't know how to read. Lauren, you want to hear a crazy twist to this story? Not only have I gotten Patrick to go through the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, Patrick has surpassed me and will get to the end of the current book, which is book 7, before I get to the end of it.
Let
Well,
me help
you're
you real
doing the
quick. I've already
audiobooks, right?
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
both
But
of you
still,
are?
it's still a book.
Wait, both of
Like,
you are? Or
Yeah, I'm doing the audiobooks. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
this-
I mean, to me, it takes much longer to read a book versus audiobook because you can do stuff while you're listening to an audiobook, you know?
Absolutely. But
I don't
Patrick-
want to disappoint you. I have already finished it. And
I
not
figured.
only have I already finished it, I've restarted and I'm almost done with book 3.
Wow.
restarted the so
Holy
listen
shit.
to this. Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
reading.
This
Well,
is what
Well.
happens.
yeah, sorry.
This is what happens. You
both
leave
had
for
the
a few
same, like,
weeks and
well.
Patrick becomes an intellectual.
Look how big my head looks now.
I know, it's huge. It is massive. So anyway, final thing. The last thing actually is for you, Patrick. Something that I saw and I clipped it and saved it to show you on air because I think you'd actually appreciate it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. It's going to ask me to give permissions to this. Hang on.
If it's a picture of Raymond in the vest, I don't want to see it.
He looks so good though.
It's a really good vest.
Later, allow. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Come on.
I'm not going to edit this out.
It wants me to restart. It wants me to
Okay.
restart the browser. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Real quick here, we're going to
Just show me
this
your
in the
show me your
chat.
phone, text me, however you want to do it.
no, we're gonna put it in the chat.
All right.
Well, no, I'm not, because
But we can't talk about
Chat
it on the
is-
show and then not actually show it. So come on.
chat is now broken.
Okay, let's just move on.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to you in Slack, and then one of you can share it. How
There
about
you
that?
go. There you go.
Okay. And then Patrick, you can edit this out. But this is for you. This is for you. Dropping it into the Founders Lounge right now.
I believe you.
It went through.
Okay, I'm opening it now.
Okay. And then drop it into the before you say anything, don't
I
comment.
was like, I
on
don't
it.
have Slack open
Put-
on my computer.
Put it
but-
into the browser so people can see it.
I don't have Slack on my computer.
Are you kidding?
I'm looking at my
I just
phone.
don't have it
I don't
open
have
right
I
now.
don't
So
have
okay. Sorry, I didn't have Slack open, but I can.
Hold on.
I promise we've done this before, everybody.
No, look how much garbage I have to like cut out of here. But that's fine. It's gonna be really obvious. Okay,
All
one
right,
second.
You
Shop.
got it or no?
Yeah, I'll drop the link. Here you go. All right, there's a link, everybody. You can go look it up. Have at it.
Oh, we're not going to show it on air?
No,
After all that?
Okay, hold on. You're right. I can. You're right. I just manually typed it in. Don't worry about me. Share this. Share. We got there. What is this, Andrew?
We did it. Okay. So this is the
It's cute.
Geeker Super Decoder, Giiker Super Decoder,
I
and
get
this
it.
is this. It's basically you're trying to break a code, and this is kind of a new take on an old game. But you're trying to break this 4-digit code, and you've got 7 steps to do it. And it's kind of like the New York Times, some of these New York Times
Wordle.
puzzles, like with Wordle, where you see how many things you got correct. And then you see if you got one that's correct and it's in the right spot, and it kind of gives you this little notifier on the right side of it. But more than just the game puzzle, which I know you would love because you are a puzzle guy, beyond that, the device itself seems like it's right up your alley. It's kind of got that old school clicker, really kind of analog, almost like something you would see kind of embedded in like an old school spaceship.
It looks like a speak and spell or something.
Kind of like a
mixed
speak
with,
and spell.
like
It's
a Game Boy.
real boxy and a little bit it's a little bit brutalist in its design, but it also has kind of this analog vibe to it with like
And it's very colorful.
it is very colorful. But I thought, Patrick, you would like this thing. It seems like a thing that you would enjoy and you would take to the bathroom with you. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean,
No, it lives in the
yes.
bathroom, Andrew.
Would this go in the bathroom? Sure. But the thing is, there's already like iPhone apps that are this game.
Sure.
This is, I hate that they lead with like innovative code breaking game. I mean, this is not new.
But here's the difference,
in terms
though.
of like
Yeah.
this puzzle.
There are levels and there's advanced mode. That
Oh,
don't
and
get
you know
in,
what?
like-
It is a lot smaller than I realized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah, it's a
bigger.
little-
No, I'm
cute.
saying, but I am
It's
saying that as a
Labubu
positive.
size.
I'm saying
yeah,
that
it's
as
like
a positive.
it's like a Labubu size. Yeah.
I'm saying
Or
that
like,
because the picture has a like hanging off a purse, but
Or like a jumbo Tamagotchi. But I
yeah.
think, Patrick,
you want
that
people to ask you about your calculator.
there are other games that they make as well, but I think this one's cool. And beyond just like, yes, there are apps that do this, but this has different levels and you can put it on advanced mode, which makes it even harder. I don't know how it gets harder, because the UI is really kind of rudimentary, right? You have just a couple of buttons, a little clicker knob, and lights that light up to indicate whether it's correct or not. So I think that if you have Patrick for Secret Santa this year, you should pick up the Geeker Super
I'm not
Decoder.
fighting you on that. You should send me stuff for free.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that on one hand, it's kind of reminiscent of the physical toys.
That's not the same thing. That's a different thing. You know that, right?
I know this. I know.
Okay,
I'm looking
okay,
at
just-
their other. Listen, they make a lot They make a lot of games. They make tic tac toe, and they do have a slide puzzle, and they have a Sudoku, and they make a lot of different games. But I'm saying, you know, it's funny. It's like somewhere between the Ring game and the water that you have as a kid, and like Teenage Engineering. It's like somewhere between those in terms of like stylistic,
Yeah.
but still like kind of plasticky and playful.
The design of all of these is really cool. Like they look
Yeah.
really like fun to touch and like very tactile.
Yeah, so I
Like
do
the playability
really
is high.
dig it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's not. I didn't mean to play. You know, it's not like you need this to get access to
Survive.
any of these games.
Totally. Yeah. But
So I would probably never spend money on one. Is what I'm saying.
yeah, but that's why I'm saying for Patrick's
present.
50th birthday this year, someone
And
can
now you
get
know
him
what
the
Andrew's
Geeker
getting you.
Super Decoder. All right.
Okay.
That's it for me. And I'm gonna hand it over to Lauren. We haven't heard from you in a minute.
Yeah, I've been gone
Oh
for
wait,
a
hang
long
on.
time.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I did have one other
okay.
thing. I even had it in my notes, and I looked at it and decided to completely glaze over it. Patrick, you know Steve Hogue, friend of ours.
Sure, yeah.
He is a professional clown. He went to clown college, met his wife there. He also owns a bunch of bees, and
Like he has an apiary.
Bees.
yes, I expected you to go.
I love that
"Bees?"
word.
Again, you've let me down on the quote.
Buzz.
Nah, apiary is an A+ word, so
It is a nice triple word score. But I helped him with a label for it. Now he gave me some of the components, and this was basically a Photoshop chop job where I took a bunch of components and brought
Right.
cohesion to them. So I can't take credit for like the illustration of this, but the layout and stuff was fun. But I thought you would appreciate the It's
Oh
called,
my gosh, that's awesome.
It's called Hogue House Honey, the sweetest flow on earth. How fun
I
is
don't
it?
like that.
awesome.
The flow.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I don't like
But
the
look,
sweetest flow on earth.
Can you bring this full screen so you can see Steve's face? Because this is actually an
I was
illustration
gonna say, yeah, did you
of
draw it
Steve.
to look like him? That's
That
so
is
awesome.
actually Steve right there.
That turned out awesome.
Who
and it
came
looks
up
like
with that tagline? Please tell me.
Steve. He did. Like I said, I didn't create any of this. I took all the components and I brought them together to make a cohesive
Nicely, yeah.
label. So, anyway, I thought you would appreciate that. And the honey is like
Flow so
Hella
good
good.
it'll attract bears.
exactly. All right,
If
Lauren.
you want to
sorry.
use that for your next
That's what we were
tagline.
going for, when you buy your first apiary is bears. But yeah, so I've been gone for a long time. Sorry, everybody. Just had some serious life stuff that's not fun, so we'll just skip through that part. Now, yeah, I was like, now I'm just pretty much in con crunch for Dragon Con, which is in only 10 days, and I have a lot of work to do. 2 new costumes, new merch that I'm trying to finish. I have a bunch of new ribbons and stuff that I made, so everything's kind of in the middle. We're working on it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited. I can't believe it's only 10 days. I'll be in my same spot on the 3rd floor if anybody is in or around Atlanta and wants to come say hi. I always have M of 1 stickers at conventions, so let me know you're listening.
Wait. How long will you be in Atlanta for? Are you getting there the day before it starts, or the day it starts, or when?
Yeah, pretty much. Hotels are insanely expensive during this time period, so try and stay there for the shortest amount of time that I can. So it's just like the Thursday through Monday of Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
Are you going to Atlanta?
He doesn't live
Who
far.
knows?
He
Who
doesn't
knows?
live far
I'm
from Atlanta.
just a couple hours away, so.
Yeah, come on over.
Go get
it's gonna
some.
be so much
if
fun.
Patrick comes, will you give him? Will you give him some of the ribbons, even though
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not officially a ribboner?
Oh yeah. If you're there, I've got. Do you guys want to see my ribbons? I just made my display earlier,
Yeah.
so it turned out really cool. So I've got tons of ribbons this year. I did 7, and then I have a couple left over from last year. I did a bunch of K-pop Demon Hunter stuff because I love it, and I heard a little birdie that both of you guys watched that movie, and you must have liked
Yes.
it because you were reposting stuff online. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
but it was
very
Lauren,
absolutely
there was so
excellent.
much to talk. We had stuff to talk to you about last week. So much like exciting stuff, and one of the things was we've both watched K-pop Demon Hunter and love it.
It's so good, right? Like the music is, it's just awesome. I'm like,
It is.
I feel like everybody who I've convinced to watch it has liked it, and I know that this is going to be like a huge thing at Dragon Con. So I'm just like really looking forward to that. It's going to be really fun. I have my tiger costume that I've been working on.
Show us what that Huntrix one says because it's backwards.
Oh,
wait,
they
does
just
it
says
say
Huntrix.
Huntrix? Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't actually see anybody who just did the band logo. So, and I made these a while ago, so I went for that. And then I did a hello friend because I'm going to dress up like the tiger. So I'll hand those out when I'm in my costume
Did
and
you
everything.
physically make these, or did you order them from somewhere?
I ordered them and then I made this little display out of cardboard and stuff.
All right.
I have Piper No, Sashay Away. I got 2 from Cloudward Ho, and then my Game Changer one from last year. So it's going to be lots and lots of fun.
That's fun.
Come trade ribbons with me.
So it's a trade thing. It's not like you show up and go, "Oh, that looks nice. Can I have that?" It's I have this one.
I do mine where, like, if you buy over $20 of stuff at my booth, you get one for free. If you trade with me, you can have one, or you can just buy them.
Okay.
And a lot of times if people just have, like, a cool costume from the thing that is, like, from the show or whatever, then I will just give it to them. Like, last year when I had a bunch of Has-Been Hotel stuff, like, I'll just give it to people, and I'm sure I will do that with the K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. And, like, when I go to the meetups, I just hand them to people and trade and stuff, and, like, that's kind of what it's for. So I am so excited.
An insider baseball question on this. How much physical money does it cost to outfit these your stock of ribbons? Like,
They're
how much
pretty
did you
cheap.
spend to do all these?
So I got 7 different ribbons this year, and I spent, it was like just under $200, and then you add shipping. So it was like a little over that. But like these sell like crazy, and it becomes like a big thing where people will just come to your booth to get ribbons. So it's kind of like worth doing for that. Plus,
And you
I
sell the
feel
ribbons for how much a piece? I'm trying to see if I should get in the ribbon game.
I do $2 each, and people like there was one guy who came by last year. He's like, I'm just collecting ribbons for the like the contest that they do every year. I'm buying every single one you got.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then because he said that, I gave him some that people had given me doubles of and stuff too, to just like help him, because I'm like, oh well, I already have one, so you can have it, and just try to like contribute because it's fun. Like when I saw the contest, I tried to like zoom in on the pictures to see if I could find my stash of little ribbons and stuff. So it's just like so much fun.
So beyond just the fun of doing it and the camaraderie and the camaraderie.
Yes, I love that. Yes,
is you actually make money off of these. Like you can actually at least break even on this, if not actually profit off.
Absolutely, yes. I have like over 700 ribbons to give away, so like I will be absolutely making money off of these. Like they were a huge seller last year, so and if nothing else, they bring people by. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And I genuinely love that Dragon Con has so much of the like let's like give each other little trinkets and trade, and like that's such a big part of that con. So like I love being able to like have little goodies to give to people, especially when you go to the photo meetups and everything. Like it's gonna be great. I'll have lots of stories when I get back. But yeah, so I'm really happy that you guys love K-pop Demon Hunters. I was gonna ask you about it. I've watched it a bunch of times since I've been stuck at home and working on costumes from it, but I just am obsessed. Like I still listen to the soundtrack at least once a day probably. But it just makes me happy that you guys liked it so much. I felt like it was a tough sell for you guys, but it's great.
I enjoyed it, but did you hear the news from today?
Today? Probably not. I've been kind of
It may not be from today, but that
I do know
if I
that they're
remember
making
right,
sequels and everything.
that they're making sequels?
Yeah, was that what you were going to say? Sorry.
No, I need to. Do y'all hear audio coming through, by the way? I'll edit this out.
Yeah, your voice.
We hear you just fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is like playing some audio, and I can't turn it off, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So they had a song that hit number 1 on, I think this is on the UK chart, and it's if I remember right. Oh, wait. Hold on. It might be the number 1 that hit on the global top 200. But the point is, this song Golden hit the top of the chart, and it's the first song from an all-female band since Beyonce to be number 1 song, and that was very awesome.
It's so cool. So, I also saw that like the band who performed the music in the movie, like were at like Lollapalooza and like performed their songs from the movie, and it was like a big thing. They had a drone show with like like the demons and the Hanmoon and stuff. Like it's just I'm so excited that this movie has like blown up so much and it's like so well received, because it was just like something that I watched and I'm like amazing, and it's just like that everybody else gets the same thing is really fun.
Are you gonna go? I thought the news you were talking about, Patrick, is that it's getting a theatrical release this coming weekend.
Yes, I did. I already have tickets to go to a sing-along in the movie theater by my house on Sunday.
No, I can't.
I'm very excited.
Doc said he doesn't have to go to a sing-along because Doc lives in a sing-along.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
I mean, it's okay. I'm very excited to go, though. I think it will be really fun. So, yes, I have watched other stuff, though, since then. Another thing that I was super hyped for that I know that I talked about on the show was Alien Earth, and the premiere was last week. Man, is this also freaking awesome. I feel like it blew my expectations away, because I was like, there was a part of me that was like, okay, just be prepared if this sucks, this might be weird. I don't feel that way at all. I've like rewatched this more than once. Like it's a very exciting, cool premiere. Like kind of everything you'd want from like alien stuff. This feels like a little like the 2-episode premiere feels like a little kind of movie with a big cliffhanger at the end to kind of hook you for the rest of the series. But like I'm just so like pumped for what they set up. Like there's a kind of a good mystery where like you don't know who did certain things to like trigger what happens in the first episode. So I'm excited to find all that out. They have some new cool stuff with like the synthetic people versus robots and cyborgs, which is kind of a new thing for Alien. And then they also have these like 5 new monster alien creatures that are so intriguing and so cool. I was watching like an interview with the guy who, like Noah Hawley, who wrote and directed the show and everything, and he was saying like part of the scariest part of the Alien movies is that like there's this horror element of like you don't know what these creatures are capable of, and they have to like attack you and like take something and then like build on that. So like the ways that they've come up with to like scare you with this stuff is like just so they're really freaky and just good stuff. Like I am excited to find out more, because like they kind of just set up the like oh they got the face hugger on them, what's next, because because of this kind of trope that something is going to happen to level up these creatures now, and it just seems like a very fun premise for the rest of the season. I'm very, very, very excited. Totally recommend checking it out. It is on Tuesdays on FX. I also finally got to watch Jurassic World Rebirth, the like new Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. It was so much fun. Like all the other, I think Jurassic World movies were like way too serious, but this is just a really fun action movie with dinosaurs, which is all I really wanted at this point. Like I do feel like my expectations for Jurassic Park have changed drastically. Like the first two movies are genuinely very, very good movies. They're just like action movies now, and that's totally okay because I think dinosaurs are a great vehicle for an action movie, and I don't know why they found it so hard for so long to just have fun with it, but they finally did. Like there's just so many times in this movie where I was like, that's awesome, that's cool, like this fight that they're having is cool, like this is just fun, and I wanted to like cheer. Like I'm sad that I missed seeing this in a theater with other people to like react with it, because like I was just watching it at home and like I was like, this is a fun movie. Like before my rental was up, I like rewatched it because I was like, this is just what I was really hoping this would be. Like there's some stuff that is genuinely dumb. There are some big plot holes. I'm not going to pretend that that's not true, but what I wanted, I got. Like I got a fun dinosaur movie finally. They didn't think about it too much. They just did it. I don't know. Have you guys seen it? Like
No.
Okay.
And I wanted to, but I feel like, did it come out right when we had Daphne? I feel like it came out right when we were,
I think it did. I mean, there's been a lot of movies this summer. Like they just all kind of came out like one week after another.
It was a summer movie, right? Like,
it was like I think like a month-ish ago or something. I don't know. I was just really pleased that it was like you didn't overthink it. You just made a fun movie, guys. You did it. Like it was so great.
Somebody please share. I can't click on Arc now because I tried to run all that stuff. It has locked me out. So can someone click and show what Jedi just said? Because that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
Your expectations have changed drastically.
Yes, that is perfect.
But
yeah, Kreider unfortunately doesn't share it. Here's my thing. Like, okay, this is going to take a slight turn. I'm afraid that I just don't love movies that much anymore.
Whoa, this got existential.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Okay, so
I don't feel like you get as hyped about anything as I do, but that's a different thing.
But that wasn't the case. Right before COVID, the year before COVID started, Andrew and I at least on my account, I went to the Draft House like 85 times the year before, and that doesn't include
more times than that. Yeah.
And that doesn't include Santikos. That doesn't include movies watched on Netflix or somewhere else. I just couldn't get enough. Okay. And obviously
that's
things shift.
86 banh mi hot dogs that you've eaten.
No, it's like 120 banh mi hot dogs. Those were great. And they removed that from the menu. And
well, you guys also had the benefit of that like free pass thing, like where you just pay for the food, really.
Sure, but I would have paid for it. So
I mean, that does make a huge difference in seeing 85 movies.
But even prior to moving to Texas, I still watched a lot of movies, and
you were the master of TV and film for a reason.
Decent amount of like identity wrapped up in it. And then obviously COVID happened, things changed. And then post-COVID, it took a long time to bounce back socially. But I thought the desire to be in a theater would eventually come back. But I think we're far enough post-COVID to say, like, the desire has just changed. And it almost, like, annoys, like, it almost, like, bothers me. But it
yeah,
just
I was gonna
doesn't...
say, like, you've become very, like, curmudgeonly about going to the movie theater. Like, you don't like when people are talking or if anything is disruptive or whatever. Like, I don't know. You've mentioned this many times, so...
I'm that way, too. But
in fairness, it's not...
I don't know.
was still
like,
that
to
way
me,
before.
Like,
it's
the
not
reactions of other people are part of the fun of the movie. You know, like, as long as they're not, like, being obnoxious or, like, talking on their phone or something. But,
I guarantee you my issue is not the movie experience. It is just the investment of a couple hours to watch something, and there's almost nothing that meets this, like, some internal emotional bar to feel really worth
crazy.
it. And that's all. It's like, it's this weird, like, maybe I just don't like this anymore.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Can I ask this question? I want to dive a little bit deeper into you. Open yourself up and let me in. I want to be in you.
It's therapy time now.
The man inside me.
Daddy needs to get his rocks off. Here we go. We we talked not that long ago when we saw each other. How many puzzles you've been doing?
You don't even watch a movie while you do a
heck
puzzle?
of a lot more than 2
I
hours.
listen
I
to
do that
Dungeon
every
Crawler
time.
Two
Well, there you go.
listens
Dungeon
to
Crawler
books on
Carlo is your K-pop demon hunters. Like,
he's an intellectual now. That's more of a time investment. Do you think it's less about the time and more about the inconvenience of leaving your house? Because we all know in these last several years since you've worked from home, you have gotten more and more
closeted. It's not that
hermity as you.
No,
as
it's
you've
not the
gotten
leaving
older.
the home thing. It's not the leaving the home thing. It's movies were an escape for me. I used to tell people that I had like a couple escapes, meaning that when I was doing that thing, I just, my brain would not think about anything else. One of them was running, because all I could think about was don't die. And so therefore I couldn't be thinking about work because I was thinking about breathing.
Breathe, 2, 3,
Exactly.
4.
So it was
Oh, no.
running and it was like going to movies. Like I sit in a movie, I don't check my watch, I don't want to look at my phone, nothing exists but the movie. And
Black tar heroin. Those were your 3
and I
vices.
think that now when I go to a movie, things are creeping in about, well, should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? What about this? Whereas when I'm working on a puzzle, it is very singular focused. And so I think the puzzle is doing the thing for me that movies did for me. And I don't know why movies change.
You have... when was the last time I went to a movie with you? It wasn't terribly long ago. We did go see something. And you did look at your phone briefly to read a message. You didn't respond, but you did. A message came through on Slack, and you did look at it. And I did clock at the time, like, that's weird. This would have been, phones would have been away and not at all visible until the movie's over 3 years ago. That's not the case now. Like you checked your phone mid-movie and then put it away, but that would not have happened back.
Yeah,
in
so
the days of
it's
now.
just, it's something about
Does that
like
kick you
presence has changed. But again, like listening to a book and working on a puzzle, now I'm back to, I can just space out and not think about stuff.
And you get sucked into the world of
Now,
the
if you're
book.
telling me heroin will do this and it's cheaper than puzzles,
books can do this, but I don't know if that's
It's
for
not
you.
cheaper than puzzles, but man, it feels way better. It feels so much
yeah,
better.
anyway, yeah.
I feel like
love
I'm not there
puzzles
with
right
you.
now.
I've been watching a lot more movies at home just because like I haven't had enough time to go to the theater or like because I was sick for a while and all this other stuff. So like I've just been kind of taking advantage of that more often now.
The last movie we saw together was either Wonka or Wicked. I mean, we did play Wicked in our house while y'all were there.
Did you just perform it?
But
for
I
each
don't
other?
remember in theaters. I guess in theaters we would have seen Wonka. That might have been the last one.
That's a long time ago.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember the movie. I do remember that though. I just
It's a
remember like
musical either way.
you like picked it up and just like you flipped your phone over, saw a message, kind of scrolled down, and then flipped your phone back over. And I was like, oh, okay. Either this is a really important message or he's just not into this movie.
Who knows?
But I remember how much you loved Wonka. You bought the shirt and the hat.
And all the chocolate. Remember all the chocolate?
That is one thing that I do
Remember-
find weird now
Oh.
is that like so much merch
Pounds
is
of
sold
chocolate.
at the movie theater for all the movies and stuff. Like it's a little like gift
You
shop
bought
thing.
the $500 popcorn.
Yeah,
I like
bucket.
that
stuff.
you're
Like,
calling
it's gone
it
a little
merch.
crazy.
Because it was Wonka, but normally it's just called candy, and they sell it for
Well,
other
no,
things as
no.
well.
I guess like there's like Funko
guys
Pops
see all
and
the
like the
merch?
giant popcorn buckets and like action figures and T-shirts now when you're going to buy popcorn. Like it's a different thing.
One jerk. All right, anything else, Lauren, before I take
Yes,
over?
I do have one more thing. Sorry.
Okay.
So I remember I talked about this when I backed it like a very long time ago on Kickstarter, but I finally got these like Dice-O-Matic dice spinner thingies in. They're these little card
Oh, yeah.
thingies, and when you push the button, the little thing goes and spins. And
Is that how you rolled for your
I
category?
will
night?
later. I kept the one I had before.
Nice.
But it's very satisfying. It's really fun. My one kind of complaint about it is that
That's
it's a
so
little
good.
hard to tell on some of the like smaller numbered dice. They have like a teeny tiny little picture in here of what dice it's supposed to be, but the 8 and 4 are really hard to tell apart. So that is not my favorite thing. But other than like, it's easy to figure out once you kind of like roll it once and you're like, okay, that one only went to 3 or whatever. So It is really not that bad, but I think they're really cool. Like I did play with them one session of D&D so far. They didn't roll very well, so they were forbidden for the rest of the day. But that's not their fault.
I don't
work
want to
as their
smoke.
function. Yeah,
But I would love to own like a silver and gold cigarette case from like
yeah. I
100
think these
years
are just
ago.
like
Flip
so
open.
cool. Like they're very fun to like push the little button and watch the thing roll. And they came in like I just want to shout out like the packaging because it came in this like really nice box. It's got like gold foil and everything. It has like here's the back, like how it's made and everything. And it had, where's the top? It opens up and then like had little slots for each of the spinners. So like if you wanted to just keep it in this, you totally could. I paid a little extra, so I have this like carrying case wallet thing. So they just like slide in to this, and you can.
That is a cigarette case from
Yeah,
the 1930s.
100%. Yeah, and the design that I picked kind of is very like that. The like
Can
little
I
knights and
divert
stuff.
us
But I think
one
it's
more
very
time
very cool.
for
Love
just-
it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
For just a hot second. One hot second. You showing this reminded me of a dream I had a few nights ago. Of a hardcore. I'm trying to figure out the best way to
Oh,
say
you
this.
picked a
MAGA
okay.
person.
Yeah, I'm like, uh-oh.
Okay. And in this dream, they took a Zippo lighter that looked very much like what you were just like this whole thing that you just showed. They took a Zippo lighter, turned it on, and laid it on the ground to catch me on fire in my dream. That was my dream.
Wow,
That's all.
That's incredible. None of that happened, to be clear.
But you
Yeah.
it hasn't happened yet. But in my dream, it did happen. And I just thought you showing me that made me remember.
Well,
So
we'll have to get your dream analyzed or
they didn't
something.
get me this time.
If you're
We'll have to look up what it
choosing,
means to get set on fire in a dream or whatever.
if you're choosing between sending me one of those Geiger decoders or sending me a cigarette case, send me a
It's geeker.
Geeker, send me a cigarette case.
Do
All
you
right,
want cigarettes with it, or do you just want?
I just need
case?
the case.
Put the candy. Put
Yeah,
the
yeah, or
And
candy
I want
something
the, I
like
want the
the
long like
the
the
Wonka
stem
bird.
thing
Cruella
that's like
de
that
Vil.
long.
I have one of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I have
Well,
one
of course
of
you
those.
do. You keep it with all your feather boas in your closet.
I
know,
bought it
you-
for a party, whatever.
Obviously, you did. It was a flapper party. We know it was a Gatsby themed party.
Okay, okay.
It
So
was
here we
actually
go.
a watch party for Cruella, but whatever.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I went to Red Bull Creepers. This is an event that's happened twice before in Spain. This is the first time it's happened in the U.S., and it happened in Chattanooga as part of their, like, I don't know, some river sports weekend thing that they do every year. And Red Bull Creepers, you actually have two climbers that compete on identical routes coming out of the water up under a bridge. And so if you miss a hold, you just fall, like plummet down into the water. But if you're
Like
if you're
30
the
feet.
first person to ring the bell, then you win your heat. So there were I think there were 6 groups that went, and then I think there were a couple other wild cards as well. And a local person ended up taking home the win. But a super, super cool event. There were about 1,500 people out there. It was hot. I wanted to go stay out there all day. Within about 30 minutes of like finding a place to be, Mackenzie and I were both like, we're done. Like the heat was just insane. I feel bad for whoever was on the left side of this path that I'm showing you, because
Is that your photo?
no, I do have photos, and I was standing on this side of the bridge, but this is not my photo. But I feel bad for whoever had the left-hand holds, because those holds were just baking in the sun, and I have to believe that you had a disadvantage if you're on the left side. But super fun to watch. We watched several people complete it. We also watched several people miss a dino and just fall straight in the water, and it's a bit violent seeing someone fall that far into the water, especially if it's not like a dive. Now, there were other things going on. They actually had professional divers. They did death diving one day, if you've ever seen videos of death diving. They had other events going on. But Red Bull Creepers was super fun to watch. And again, if you missed it, it might be a few years before you catch it again. So that's the fun, exciting thing from my city this weekend. The other thing I'll real quick talk about is That Escalated Quickly. This is a card game by the same people that make Exploding Kittens and a bunch of other games that I do not like. But the way this game works is that you have a prompt.
Oatmeal?
I think it's the oatmeal,
people?
the oatmeal people.
Yeah.
So you have a prompt.
Quaker.
It's by the Quakers of America. And you are given a number, and everybody has the same prompt and has a number, and that number can be 1 to 10. And what you have to do is you have to, based on that prompt, so it might be something like, okay, like I'm a surgeon and I made a mistake in my latest procedure. How likely am I to get sued for malpractice? With 1 being least likely, 10 being most likely. Then now you would check your number, and if your number is a 3, you have to say back what you think yours is. Now, other people don't know what your number is, but the person who is the one with the prompt has to put them in order. And when they flip them, they have to be in like least to greatest order. And if you get them in the correct order, you win that round. If you don't get them in the correct order, you lose that round. That's the entire game. You don't need the game to play. If you have a random number generator and you have some prompts, you can play. But if you're looking for something to do,
you don't even need a
Yeah,
random number
wait, is the
generator.
idea
can
that
just
you,
do
the
little-
like person giving the prompt, is guessing what order people put them in based on the people?
exactly.
Yes.
But the person
Oh.
giving the prompt
Yes.
also has a number and also gives one.
And
Yeah.
And they started off.
And you like this
So-
better than their other games?
All their games are bad. What I am saying is I would rather have this than someone throw a plushy burrito at me. This
Yeah.
is
What was it called again?
preferable. It's called That Escalated Quickly.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it is straightforward to play. It doesn't take up any space. You can play it without materials. If you just have prompts and numbers, you can play it without materials. And you could play it with a lot of people if you wanted to. I think technically you're supposed to play it with somewhere from 2 to 6 people, but
8 to 10
Yeah.
because I think the numbers
they
go
do
up
go
to
up 10, so it would be more enjoyable to play with more people. And I do think they have multiples. Well, they don't because you can't end up with multiples. But anyway, if you're looking for something to do,
It's a pretty fun game. I'll say this: we played it at the office one day. I got it, I think, and brought it in, and the person who's doing the whoever's prompting it, it caused them so much anxiety that they were like, I don't want to play games anymore. Like Blanca did was they had almost a panic attack because people were like, no. Like we were all trying to explain, choose this person's over this one because because you can't say what number you have, but you can be like, I'm sure that mine is way more because I know I have a 9 or a 10, whereas the other person maybe has a 6. Even if they said that their thing sounds more extreme, I can still make a case for why you should really pick mine last because this really is bad. So all that amount of table talk caused this person so much anxiety that they froze up and then told me afterwards, I don't want to play games anymore because it makes me so
and I will say you
anxious.
do have to calibrate who you're playing with. One of the prompts we had was about something.
I mean, I have fun doing those kind of fake arguments, arguments the wrong word, debates about stupid stuff like that. I think that's fun, but yeah.
One of the prompts we had was about if something jump scares you, and then it's kind of how scary is it from least scary to most scary. And where I'm saying you have to calibrate, Mackenzie answered a portal opens up in the floor and a Demogorgon emerges.
Oh my gosh! Please
She
tell
had
me she had
7.
10.
Or maybe she had an 8, but it's that's a 10. That has to be a 10. What are you talking about? So
I also get scared
Yeah.
so easily. To me, that would it has to be a 10.
but I maybe that's what she was saying. I have no idea. But it does depend on who you're playing with. You do have to calibrate your answers and get used to them. But I think it's
fun.
still.
But that's any game like that. Any game where there's
Apples to apples.
a prompter kind of thing, or Fun Employed and stuff like that. Yeah.
But it.
Turns are reeling bad at this
It's
game.
quick to play.
Yeah.
It's minimum enjoyable for 6 rounds. It's not a bad party game to have
6-round
on hand.
max.
But try it out. Well, in fairness, the game is only 3 rounds long if you get 3 right or 3 wrong. So.
And it's actually pretty hard. It's actually
Oh,
pretty
no,
hard
this
to
seems very
get. I
difficult,
think we
yeah.
played I think we played like 6 or 7 rounds of it, and I think we only won one time.
Wow.
Maybe 2, but like it's. But that's what I'm saying. There's the people sitting at the table weren't necessarily all. This is going to sound terrible, and I know some of the people who were at the table listen to the show, and I'm clearly not talking to that person. Not everybody at the table are friends, right? Like we're coworkers and we understand each other, but
You don't know
not
the, like,
everybody can get on the
tolerances.
same
Yeah.
wavelength as if we were all, as if we were all on the same page. And so there'd be a handful of us who understood kind of the assignment, and then the other half of the people didn't quite. And so it's really hard to calibrate a game like that where some people are really into this kind of thing and know each other, and the other people are there to play because it's at lunch, but they aren't on the same wavelength.
Okay, for Mackenzie and Becca that are saying that that's a 7 or 8, what is a 10?
Yeah.
What is a 10 if that's
Patrick
not
and
a
I
10?
talking about our mortality.
What?
Patrick and I talking about our
The
mortality.
anxiety of Patrick showing up with a voice box for Andrew's funeral.
Exactly.
Whatever. All right, that's it for me. Let's get to
You have
master
a voice box that
categories.
only sounds like those Walgreens ghosts. But that's how you have to talk constantly.
Up next, the devil coming at me.
That's what's up next.
That's her 10. Is the
Yeah, you're awakening evil again.
Up next, master categories. Oh my
They
gosh.
both
of
said
them,
that.
their-
That's
their 10
amazing.
is the literal
So,
in
in the moment that this Demogorgon pops up out of a literal fucking portal in the ground, and you don't know that it's like, how'd you distinguish that it's not the devil? It's like
I have
evil
a
as hell.
feeling. I
Like,
have a
looks
feeling.
just like the thing from Stranger Things, slightly less scary.
Let's be honest. The devil is probably
so
cool as
funny.
hell.
Yeah.
Like,
he's at least
no, but he's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey.
he's probably like the chillest
It's
guy.
very like the look fair, feel fowler
suave.
thing. Yeah.
He probably smokes really
Did y'all
Yeah,
watch
listen to
Ironheart?
Okay. The master category section is the time when we get together and talk about the dice we rolled in the last episode.
I'm
What is so
alone.
funny?
I said, did you watch Ironheart? And I was like, just me.
And nobody responded. And then just me.
Did you say
Yeah.
Ironheart, the Marvel show? No.
It was relevant to
Christmas
that
came past
conversation, and that's all I'll say.
What
You
about
guys haven't
what
watched
about
it.
Okay.
what about Mobius? Morbius.
So
Mobius.
close. You're so close.
Monbius.
The whale? The whale?
Captain Ahab.
I don't think we should say if people don't
that
know
what
the
you're talking about?
spoiler, maybe. That's why I was avoiding it.
The
yeah.
devil smokes camels, bro.
That's the
This
that
chat-
is the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada. It's The Devil Smokes Camels.
They are actually doing a sequel to Devil Wears Prada.
I know
I'm gonna
they
be
are.
mad because
I
that's
know.
not going to be what they call it, and that sucks.
I love the idea
This is
of
so
somebody
funny.
just later in life, like they look back and they're like, they're looking at archival footage from 2025. It's 3010, and they somehow come along to this chat thread and have no context for it. They're gonna think we're
Yeah.
crazy,
No.
and then also just our political
Yeah.
climate.
Let's hope
Okay.
that we're like the last signal that the aliens get.
The dice we rolled the last week is what gives us the categories that we talk about. We then pick our topics based on those categories. That's how this works. If you're new to the show, hey, welcome. Stop by, say hey. But if you're not new to the show, you know how this works. We've been doing this for over a decade. Patrick, why don't you just keep going? I'm excited to hear what you're
Okay,
talking about.
so I used to travel a decent amount because of the job that I did. I was a community manager for a fairly large community. And because I traveled a lot and because of my stature, for those that don't know, I'm 6'7" and 250 pounds. And I take up a lot of space. I'm the person that when they walk on the plane, everyone else starts praying like, don't sit beside me. Don't sit beside me. You know, like
They start doing
yeah, oh
this.
yeah. Like if they don't make eye contact, then somehow I'll have a different.
No eye
I'll have a
contact.
different seat magically.
Well, this person is not friendly, so I should go somewhere else.
And I know that I want to get shirts that say I might be sitting beside you or something to wear when I go on a plane because I know that it'll freak people out, but also they'll think it's hilarious. So anyway, because I was flying a lot and because of my size, I needed to understand like how do I actually find flights that make sense for me, and especially flying out of a smaller airport. At the time, I was flying out of Chattanooga a lot, and because Chattanooga is smaller, they'll fly some pretty small planes like CRJs and things like that. It's not all these like big like wide body or whatever jets. They'll fly. I don't know if you're laughing at me, laughing at somebody else.
No, I'm laughing at the idea that in order for large people to fly on planes, they have to go on wide body jets.
That's not what I said.
It's I know, but it's just this class of plane that's for
This
wide
is also
bodies.
something I've never known because I live on the opposite end of the spectrum of size as you.
Sure. No, makes sense.
I'm
And so
short.
for me, it's a real concern. And so as part of that, I started doing some research. And so there's a couple things I learned. Now, there's some that are pretty simple that I think a lot of you have probably interacted with. Something like if you're looking for tickets, look at Google Flights, find the cheapest through there. They have a really good matrix of actually looking at all airlines, close dates. They'll string together flights from different airlines, etc. And then once you find the one that works, then just go book it through the airline. And that tends to be the cheapest way to do it. That's true. But so that's probably more straightforward, and that's probably something that you've seen. Something you may not have seen, and then for today, for travel, is SeatGuru. So I have found this to be very, very helpful. Now, a lot of us tend to believe that if you want more room, you need to pay for a more expensive seat. And so therefore, I need to sit in business class, or I need to sit in first class, I need to do this. But that's not always the
Comfort Plus.
That's not always the case. There are things that you learn. Let me give you an example. If you're in so exit row seats do not recline as far as non-exit row seats. And they don't because they don't want it to block the aisle in the case of emergency. So exit row seats do not have tray tables on the back of the seat. They tend to be in the armrest, and they do not recline as far. So what does that mean? That means that if you're in an exit row seat and there's an exit row behind you, your seat will not recline that far. Or if you're not in an exit row, but there's an exit row behind you, you will have limited recline. However, we also know that exit rows have more legroom.
Yeah.
So if you sit on the back row of an exit row, you get more legroom, and you also get full recline. So you get more space on the back row of an exit row than you do on the front row or the row in front of it.
So that is the seat directly behind the exit row is what you're saying is the best one.
It's the last seat of the exit row.
There's typically two exit rows.
Right, side by side.
Based on how the plane is.
Yeah.
And it's the back, it's the second one back.
But then there's...
Because you're still getting the extra space, and your seat reclines back because the row behind you is not an exit.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
Exactly. And so these are the types of things you can learn. Now, and there's other things as well, like based on where the bathrooms are, the galleys are, or based on, there's a lot of things that can determine how much room you have in a given place. Another thing is if you tend to sit in a middle class, because airlines will process all those upgrades between like 72 hours before and day of, everyone will get pushed up to the higher tiers. So you're more likely to have an empty seat behind you if you sit in main cabin than if you try to sit in like Comfort Plus or something like that. And so if you're concerned about side-to-side room, you're actually better off to sit in a lower tier than in a higher tier, because the higher tiers will absolutely fill up because they will upgrade till those are full because people obviously like to get upgraded, and it creates loyalty and all this other stuff. So you could try to learn all these things, or you can use something like SeatGuru. And so what SeatGuru does, and what makes it nicer than some other platforms, is that you put in your actual flight number and itinerary, and it will pull up your plane seat map.
Oh, wow.
On the seat map, it will show you, number one, the layout, which is nice. Number two, things that are marked in yellow, they explain to them, hey, look, this one's near a galley, so you're going to get a lot of light spillover, so you might not like this one. Or they'll tell you, hey, these are beside the bathroom. Or they might tell you, like in this one, because this goes from it goes from 4 rows to 3 rows, you're more likely to have someone bump into your shoulder, and so it calls it out. But they might also call it, have you ever sat in a seat that doesn't have a window? So you sit in the window seat, and then it's blank. It will call that stuff out for you as well. So to let you know, hey, this window's offset. It'll also tell you bad ones. these are in red, and they'll say, hey, this is why you shouldn't get the seat. And this is one that tells you this has limited recline. So if I get this seat, I can't recline all the way. And it'll also
because it's
and it will also tell you particularly good ones. Additionally, people will post pictures from inside the airplane, and they'll tag it to the airplane. And so they'll have pictures and descriptions accompanying them. And again, this is, you search by your airline and by your actual itinerary. So then when you go to book, if you realize, oh, the one I was looking at was a yellow seat, here's why, okay, that's fine, I'll book it. Or you might say, you know what, let me just go back one row and then I don't have to contend with that. And it prevents that surprise of walking on the plane, having paid, and regardless of what you're paying for, it's probably an expensive trip. And it prevents that surprise of walking on the plane and then immediately being deflated because I purposely selected a window seat and there's no window. Or,
Can I guess that if you were rating this in that escalated quickly, walking onto a plane and realizing that the seat you booked is a bad seat, that would be a 7 or 8 for you, right? In terms of fear?
It'd be pretty high.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty high. Now, thankfully, I don't need a seatbelt extender, but here's a fun fact. If you're a person that does, you're not allowed to have a seatbelt extender in an emergency exit row. They won't allow that because I guess they assume you have lower mobility. Or whatever.
Yeah, assume that you can't fit
so you
door
have to sit in a different class. You're not allowed to sit exit row. But again, these are all things that you learn. So anyway, SeatGuru, there are other websites.
You know all these secret things about planes that I've never considered.
I used to travel a bit. So like I said, there are other platforms out there that look nicer that show you seat maps. And it's possible you might find a seat map that's out of date here. Certainly possible. Lots of airlines are, of course, always upgrading spaces. That could happen. However, the travelers' photos, the travelers' descriptions, the pinned descriptions that go on these planes, that's the thing that makes this resource so valuable that the other ones I've looked at just don't have. And so I highly recommend it. If you're going to fly and you're going to book, just go on SeatGuru, put in your flight number, put in your airline, and just check. You may find something there that's really, really interesting. Now, you can search by specific planes for different airlines, but it's going to be more reliable because there's so many configurations even within the same planes. And because some could have been upgraded to a newer cabin and some might be rocking an older cabin, you're still better off to actually put in your exact route and check it. So that is my travel advice for those that don't travel often, but when they do, want it to not be a surprise.
That's awesome.
That's really
all right.
Nice.
Okay. Lauren, I'll just ping you back to you.
Cool. I'm excited to talk about this. So I am going to talk. I have books. This is a long time ago, but I wanted to talk about Dinotopia because I know I've talked about the guy James Gurney, who's the writer and artist of this. But while the new season of Dimension 20, Cloudward Ho, has a lot of influence from Dinotopia. My friend Tom, who's in the comments, we were watching it, we were talking about this, and I was like, the more we were talking about it, I'm like, wow, there's a lot that is in this that connects to this. And to me, that's just very special and kind of insane because Dinotopia has been something that I really liked since I was a little kid for a very long time, but I've never met other people who had read the book even, or maybe they read the main one, but definitely didn't read the chapter books and that kind of stuff. So it was very cool to me to see something that I love so much, get kind of a big shout out like that in something that's much more popular now, I don't know. So to me, I was just that's really freaking cool. And we were talking about it and I couldn't remember the name of the third book. So I was looking it up. Turns out there's a fourth book now. And so I was immediately well, I have to buy that. And it's really cool. So this new book, it came out in 2007, so relatively new, is called Journey to Chandara. I have not finished reading it all because it's 200 pages. It is a big book. There are a lot of pictures. But what's cool, though, is that all of the Dinotopia books are kind of written as explorers' journals of this character named Arthur Dennison, who's been shipwrecked there, and he's writing stuff and drawing the all the drawings are meant to be the real drawings that he made when he was there, studying all the dinosaurs and the new cities and stuff. And I think one of the coolest things that James Gurney always does is there's just a ton of world building. There's a whole language in here. There are very specific. There's whole books that go into all kinds of the stuff. So I'm trying to find a certain page that has one of these diagrams on it. Here's a great example. So absolutely awesome drawing. with this beautiful tree and everything. But then they have the flags in the tree that are, over on this side, written out so that you can like learn all these different like dinosaur species and stuff that are kind of just involved into this book. So I just think like I love that they take time to like point out little things like this, or like it'll be a drawing of like the dinosaur and you see like, oh, here we go, like this is a city that's in this new book that's like all cool. Built out of ships. So it's like this is a comic of basically how they got the ships out of the water, where they used dinosaurs to like drag it out, and then you see like how the ships were used at like to build these houses. And like I just think like the drawings are so detailed and all the notes are so detailed. Like I do not just like look at this picture and flip to the next page. Like there's a lot to kind of like enjoy and dissect in all of the pictures. I think like these books are all incredible. I'm finding this one to be like really neat because I think the difference between this one and the other ones is that the other books definitely have like a bit more of a like narrative that you would kind of expect from like an adventure book like this. Like, guy gets shipwrecked with his son and goes to this new city and has to learn these things. And then there's like a kind of end of each story. This is much more like he's been there a long time and is just like going to all the places that he hadn't been yet in Dinotopia to like learn about those different cultures and different places and different dinosaurs and stuff. So it's a little different of a vibe, but like still really cool. I just think this is like so cool to like find another book after so long that I literally just didn't even know existed. And like I like I said, I kind of like lived off these books as a kid. My first copy is so raggedy that it just fell apart because I read it so many times. So I kept all the drawings and I like have them up on the wall and stuff. But like I've bought like another copy since then, and like I've just always thought these were really cool. And I probably mentioned this when I talked about the artist, but like when I was really young, like in I think like fourth grade, I had like a school project where you had to write to an author that you like, and I wrote to James Gurney, and he sent me back this like huge like folder full of stuff that he like wrote me a postcard that he signed and like trading cards and bookmarks. I have every single thing that he sent in that package still because I thought this was like such a cool thing to have. Like I'll find some of it. I just like have it all in different places, but like what a cool thing for this guy to do. Like I'm sure tons of kids wrote to him, like because like these were very, very, very like bestseller books for a long time. Yeah.
I remember Dinotopia being one of the books that I always kind of looked at, but never picked up at the book fair.
Well, the pictures are beautiful. Like they're so cool.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was a story.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought it was, but
it looks like those like dragonology books that were really popular for a while.
That's what I thought
where
it
it's
was.
like a lot.
I genuinely thought that it was that. But I knew, like, thinking back on it, I knew that it was more fanciful than that because these dinosaurs were living in, like, human era, right? Like, they were living around castles or living in, where there's engineering stuff, right? So, like, I knew kind of intrinsically, but never put together there's an actual story thread that carries
Yeah, and that's kind of the funny thing, like, is that I know a lot of people know about Dinotopia, but like not a lot of people could ever like talk to me about it or like have ever read, like I said, read the chapter books or anything like that, which I still also have. But I just like it's very like special to me to have this like be referenced in such a cool way in something that I like now, just because like I hadn't really thought about that in so long, and like the way that they're doing it to me is so cool. Like there's like a very famous drawing from the first Dinotopia book that's like a big open market where you can see like all these like different things.
Yes.
That is like almost directly ripped off in Cloudward Ho in a great way, where it doesn't feel like they copied it. They did their own version of it, but like there's no way that that was not the influence exactly like for that drawing. And like
it's a
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they have dinosaurs in it and stuff. So I'm like, there's no way that this didn't like, come across the desk and everything. But there's other things to me that also just like scream Dinotopia, like the Window of Wonder having the drawings in it, like Monty's character basically is a lot like Arthur Dennison. Like, I just really thought it was special to like have this come back and to like also have a whole new book to get to enjoy like now as an adult. That is really cool.
Another book before you get into Dungeon.
This one had to jump the line. I literally was in the middle of reading other books, but I was like, I have to do this one because it's just exciting.
If only she respected.
Well, you did not mention before that there was a dinosaur in there, so.
I was trying to keep it. I was trying to keep their mystery right, but it dawned on me today. You're not going to listen to me unless I give you some of
I have tried to get it. I just didn't let it jump the list when I was
Why do you turn your nose up to audiobooks?
I don't.
You could have it now, but what you keep saying is it's just not available anywhere.
I tried to go buy it at a real bookstore first, but like I think
The
also
fact that
now
you
like
say real book feels
exactly.
like
okay, but you don't like to actually read, so like you can't even talk.
So you're just admitting your bias.
Yeah, I will. I
it's
think
just-
that
it's-
real books are better than audiobooks. Personally, I love audiobooks. Don't get me wrong, but if I had to live with one or the other forever, I would pick regular books.
If you could only have eggplant lasagna,
You couldn't even. This
eggplant
book wouldn't be
parmesan or
cool to
chicken
do
parmesan.
audiobook. I mean, like this is cool because you get all the cool pictures and stuff.
Honestly,
No, but they would.
if you could do
explain
like
it.
I
audio,
did have audiobooks of the second Dinotopia book now that I'm saying this out loud, but it's still not like I would look at it with the pictures.
honestly, there needs to be a medium that pairs an audiobook with like a series of moving pictures.
It's called a movie, bro.
Yeah, it's called a movie, bro. So just
And now you're tired of movies, so what are you going to do now?
They should do Dinotopia.
They
I want you to
did. It
know-
was
Where
really
the
bad.
dinosaurs
They
break
have
I'm
out.
more-
a TV series that I have a DVD for. It's very bad, but it
I'm
exists.
more tired of dinosaurs than I am of movies, just to be clear. The only movie you've talked about
Not
today is a
superhero
dinosaur
fatigue.
movie. Yeah.
It is true.
That's true.
You could kind of
forget
count
superhero
Alien if you
fatigue.
want, but technically that was a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've always liked the art. I've seen it, and I don't know why I
Yeah.
never put two and two together. There's an actual story behind it, or maybe back then, the story was a compelling. What's the word? What's the opposite of compelling? Uncompelling. Repelling. Was it repellent to me because I wasn't huge into books when I was younger. I liked the pictures, but not the words. So maybe, but yeah, I've always
sure
loved the illustrations.
Someone gave me that book. I don't know, like I don't remember who, but I've had it for so long, and I think I just looked at the
Lance?
pictures at first, like probably couldn't read it on my own kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I love them. They're all really cool,
know,
and James Journey's a really cool guy. I highly recommend following him on Instagram because like I learn a lot about like painting techniques and stuff from what he posts. He's very
Yes,
good
I
at
have-
sharing what his knowledge and like likes teaching. So I think like it's great to like absolutely awesome person to follow.
His work in progress stuff. He's really great at sharing the process, and yeah, it's quality stuff. You can learn things, but also it's a nice thing to kind of breaks the monotony of doom scrolling because you can like watch something beautiful be created.
and like real, like it's real paintings or sculptures or like the stuff he makes. You know, it's really impressive.
like the real books
Yes,
that they're
exactly.
printed in Patrick. Capital R. Real.
And then ironically, there were no real dinosaurs in Jurassic World Rebirth. They were all CG, but that's okay.
Well, dinosaurs never existed.
Well, like because in
wait,
the other
wait,
Jurassic Park movies, there's a
wait,
mixture.
wait.
There's a
Everyone just
mixture
pause.
of CG and practical. There's zero practical.
Everybody just pause. Lauren, did you think that the first Jurassic Park was a documentary?
Okay.
It's
Yes, but they
important
also
that
had
you answer
like
this
actual like statues of like animatronic dinosaurs. They had no animatronics in this new one.
I see. So real, you just mean
Yes,
physical.
Did they
Not
have the
real
hand
as in-
puppets this time?
I mean,
They
this
had
is
those
as
with
close
Chris
as I
Pratt.
can get. No, there were absolutely no physical dinosaurs, which did result in like you could make a drinking game out of how many times a character yells another character's name while something horrible is happening to them with a dinosaur on the like off the screen that they're on, which was very funny to me because it's like I don't know if they had planned it all out like what exactly was going to be happening, so they're just like Taylor no or whatever.
How did it feel? How did it feel to see Fierro
Tsunami.
fighting
I
dinosaurs?
love Jonathan Bailey. It was great. Him and his slutty little glasses.
Okay.
Well,
Have you guys
on
not
that note,
heard
let me
that
take us
phrase?
into
well,
like,
no, it's fine. Let's just honestly, we
like
should just
wow.
leave it there. I'll
we're
Google
gonna
it
we're gonna
later.
leave that there. I already have it I already have it pinged on my Google
Can't blame
to
you.
show me when the pictures come up. All right, I'm gonna take us home, and I'm actually talking about something that is older than dinosaurs.
Older than
even.
Dinotopia?
Older than dinosaurs as a thing.
Damn.
And that is one of the very first YouTube channels to exist. So I got YouTube/podcast. And this is a group that I followed a ton when I was in high school.
Okay.
And then that
Can I
carried on
guess?
through college. Well, you shouldn't have to guess. I said it at the top of the hour. But yeah, go ahead. Do you want to take a
I'm
guess?
going to look at the description. What's the title for this episode?
Because you weren't listening when I did the opener.
Rhett and Link, huh?
What am I talking about, Patrick? Yeah, Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, if you're unfamiliar
You just seem
with
like
Rhett
a
and Link, I'm sure
strips kind of guy. More strips. Do you remember Epic Mealtime?
Oh yeah.
You're talking about like a totally different
I
YouTube
am, but what I'm
channel.
saying is you seem like that
Yeah.
type of guy. I know you're gonna. I get it. But I'm just saying, like, if I was to guess, what did Andrew watch at that time in his life?
Andrew was fat in high school, so obviously he was watching
We all watched
this thing about. Yeah.
Let's all be real.
I
YouTube was
actually never
not
did
around
watch
when
that.
we were in high
The
school.
only YouTube was around.
It was.
I
It just
was in-
sucked, and then it was really good, and now it sucks.
Yeah. So these guys have been around since it
Yeah.
sucked, and that's what I'm trying
I was
to
like,
say.
it was not.
So Rhett and
now.
Link, they are like a comedy duo, and even if you don't know their names, I'm sure you recognize them because they've been everywhere these last several years, especially. But you may have seen one of their commercials. They used to go to these two guys who grew up in North Carolina, best friends, and they would go around, and part of their comedy duo thing was to make commercials for companies who could otherwise not pay for professional commercials, and they would write songs, and they would perform these songs as part of like the, and I say parody, they're not parody. These were the actual commercials that companies would use, local businesses that would use. One of the most famous ones is the Red House. If you're familiar, it's at the Red House where black people and white people buy furniture.
No.
They
Or
would go and
Hispanic
talk to the
people.
business owners and say,
Or all people.
Or all
Yeah,
people.
that one. The other one with the mobile home commercial for Coleman Liquidators when he's like, "So buy a mobile home from us, or don't.
or don't.
I don't care."
I don't care. What they would do is they would go talk to the business owner, and they would chronicle this. They would go talk to the business owner, see what made their business unique or special, and then they would write a song about it, a jingle, and then they would film this thing, and they would put it together into a commercial for them. But they would chronicle this. They would chronicle the front part too of them talking to the company and the owner, and then doing this whole thing. And then they would, at the end, they would premiere whatever that commercial was. And those commercials ran on local access TV show or TV channels in North Carolina and wherever it was that these businesses were. So that's kind of how they got their start. And those were some of the first videos on YouTube. After a while, that channel, it was just called Rhett and Link. And after a while, they grew in a ton of popularity and have since continued to change. They've morphed the show quite a bit. And now they have a whole online community, a whole online presence, an entire channel built that this is all they do. And you may have heard of them more through their kind of the titular show, kind of their main show, which is Good Mythical Morning. And they've been doing Good Mythical Morning since 2012, I believe. I had it just pulled up a second ago. I could be wrong about that. 1 second. Good Mythical Morning has been around since, 2012 until present. It's still happening. And so this show is all sorts of things that are, like, they do a bunch of competitions. They've kind of gamified everything now, where they will do blind taste tests of the 5 kind of most popular fast food chain hamburgers, and they have to try to identify what those hamburgers are, amongst a whole bunch of other things that are like that. But they are incredibly funny. They've been doing this since the beginning. They've really kind of nailed it. They have an entire team around them now. They have a whole society. They have the Mythical Society that you can be a part of. It's like a 3-tiered community that you can be a part of. So they've figured out how to monetize this thing in this world of YouTube, and they're doing it. They're still doing the thing that they love. And you watch them, and now they're 2 guys in their mid-40s, and they're just goofy and they're funny. And if you've been watching them as long as I have, you see their friendship, and you get to see kind of the evolution of these guys and what they've done. And I could not recommend. You can go down a hole watching these things and just watching one after another, because there's so much content you can watch for days and weeks at a time and never see the same episode repeat. And so I would just recommend go check out Good Mythical Morning. I think it's just mythical.com is their website, and you can see a bunch of their content. You can join they have a free tier of their Mythical Society that you can get on. They have an app that's tied to that. But like I said, even if you don't recognize their voices or you don't recognize their names, you probably recognize their faces. They've done they've done the Tonight Show circuit. They've done all sorts of stuff throughout the years because they've been in the world of media, this kind of alt media of YouTube since the beginning. So, I thought I would just take us back to the origins when I got YouTube this week. So that's it for me.
Wow.
Which I think means that's it for everybody, right?
Yeah, we've all done it.
You went. I went. That's all three. So why don't we do this? Let's roll some dice to figure out what we're talking about next time.
My fun spinners. Let's do it.
Spinners.
I got a 3 and a 6.
I got a 5.
All right. 5 is trivia.
Okay.
6 is going to be toys for me.
No, it's not. I rolled a 6 as well.
Oh, okay. Do over.
And now I rolled a 1. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, we get to pick for you. Okay.
And I rolled 1s all the way around.
I got an 8 now, which is going to be... Oh, front page. Okay.
Awesome. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. You can find show notes and links to the stuff that we talked about over at mof1.network. Like I said, we've got shows on there for the last 11 years now. We've been doing this show. And so there's something for you. I'm sure of it. If you've just joined the show recently, go back into the archives and you'll hear how Lauren used to sound like a man. And she used to go by Luke. And she used to go by a man named Luke. There was a man named Luke on the show before Lauren. There we go.
I was like, you're going to confuse people so badly if they're actually new.
But there are, I mean, hundreds of episodes of all sorts of stuff that if you liked what you heard us talking about tonight, you'll find even more. You can go back and listen to when Patrick used to have the bright eyes of a boy who loved movies. Before the dead-eyed face you see before you. So you can go check out those archives over at mof1.network. You can join the community by hitting that Slack icon and join the conversation in there. There's people talking all the time about different topics, the work that they're doing, the stuff that they're watching, the things that are coming out they want to spend money on. There's a whole bunch of things happening in there, a bunch of different channels. Join the Slack community in there. Like, rate, review, subscribe, all of those things. You know the drill. We'll tell it to you every time. You're not going to do it, and that's fine. We can't make you. We don't live where you live. Until we know where you live, we can't force anything on you. Right, Patrick? That's what the judge said. We are going to hop out of this episode, though. You can find me at Andrew Sale with 3s instead of E's on the internet. Lauren, I think you have an internet handle now,
yes,
yeah?
I do. It is Not Cool Co. And you can find me with that anywhere. And in Atlanta in 2 weeks. It's going to be awesome.
And you can find me at
Patrick.
Dinos, Divers, and Depression.
That's definitely the episode name.
Yes. We got there at the end, right at the tail end of it.
I did have an
Fantastic,
alternate idea, which was the Walgreens ghost.
Yeah, no, this is way better. The Triple D, it's a classic. Let me see if I can get a photo of Guy Fieri. Or maybe just put the Guy Fieri hair on your photo.
Have you seen those shirts that like
do.
Dungeons and Dragons and Diners and Dives? Like, just do that, but like...
Yes, yeah. But for now, we're going to get out of this episode. I'm
Lauren.
Andrew.
I'm Patrick.
Be good to yourselves and each other.
Adios.
Love one another.
I feel like it's like Kill Bill. Be excellent
my
to
boy.
each other.
Julie Chen Moonves.
Wait, did you say Kill Bill?
Oh, did I say that? I meant Bill and Ted.
Yeah, you did.
I think I did.
It's like
say
Kill
that,
Bill.
yeah.
No,
Be
I
excellent
feel
to
like
each
you're
other.
doing the Julie Chen Moonves. That's what I hear. When it's like, love one
Yeah.
another.
Yeah, that's exactly
Oh,
right.
I've been
caught up
seeing all
on
the
this
drama
season?
about Big Brother on TikTok without watching
What
it.
drama? What drama?
There's the thing with like the two guys liking the same girl, I guess, or like the one's really creepy to her, the blonde girl.
That sounds like my autobiography.
I was creepy to the blonde girl. That's what I was seeing today. I don't have any context for it, so that's all I can tell you.
I'll have to let Mackenzie catch me up on it. But it has been
I think
been a
it's
fun
just
season.
people
It's been
didn't
a fun
like
season.
that like he was being very like pushy to her or whatever.
Sure.
One of the best things I've seen on the show in a long time was the episode that we made sure to go check out from 2 weeks ago, where somebody was confused about what the house was doing.
Oh, but I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And voted to evict someone, walked out of the hallway. And once you vote to evict, that's it. You walk back out and you join the rest of the group. She walked out of the hallway, and then there's a middle hallway where you can kind of briefly talk with the person who's coming in to swap on the talking head, like the producer room. And you saw them have an exchange, and he got heated, like, what? Why would you do that? We're all voting for so-and-so. And so she went, oh, so she turned around and ran back in the room, and she said, I mean so-and-so, I mean so-and-so, and then ran back out. And then Julie was like, no.
I love that.
And then they didn't tell the house, which I was hoping they told the house. They didn't tell the house, but Julie did address the audience and say, just so everyone knows, her first vote is the vote that counted. So
have you ever seen that happen before?
That's never happened.
So you saw like footage on the show where like person votes for person A, and then they were like, "Oh shit, no, I mean this one."
No, but not just like
because I watched one season of the show. So, yeah,
not just I meant this. They leave and come back to say
and run back in and like pop their head in the room and say, "I mean so and so," and then leave. Yeah,
it was wild.
And Julie's like, "No, no."
And then the next week to see people trying to go, but who's the other person that voted? Like, I just love it. Oh my gosh, I love it.
So that's
they were super on the wrong side of the house because they were only one of 2 votes cast the other way, so they're not making it to the end.
Have you been liking this season?
And they shouldn't. That piss poor gameplay. I am going to say this. I should have said this on air. I am officially tomorrow putting my hat in the ring
Traitors?
for Traitors.
I sent you that thing.
Yes.
I immediately thought of you.
I am officially applying for the game.
I would be terrible if I was on it. And
you should also
will say that I felt like I had too many things to talk about. I didn't even actually talk about one of the things I wanted to talk about. We should definitely talk about the finale of Game Changer next time because that was excellent.
I haven't seen it yet. So
I actually didn't like it very much, so we should talk about it next time.
Ah, yes, I love it.
I'll have watched it by next time, and then we'll talk about it.
All right. Y'all are all nice people.
Guys, we'll see you in a couple
Feel
weeks.
my heart. Goodbye, everybody. See ya.
Something